You have to walk in the valley. No train or carriage is gonna take you there, and no one is going to go there for you. You have to walk there by yourself.
Originally, a group of us left art college, and coming from a sort of creative place of creating art, we realised that actually putting on exhibitions is quite a tricky thing when you first leave art college. And that's what I really wanted to do, is to kind of give a sense of freedom for artists. And then from that, and from putting those exhibitions on, there was this sort of sense of like, yeah, we could do more with this. There could be more. There could be more living together, community, and things started to move.
It may not be pretty, it may not be good, but everyone gets what they need from the woods, where the birds sing their songs in a million tongues and the smells of the pollen and sap fill your lungs. When you breathe in the forest, there is an exchange, and you do it again till it starts to feel strange, until the line between skin and bark becomes blurred, and the shrinking significance of every word that you hear in your head till at once you hear none. Just the bird song, the wind, and the prayer to the sun. I've been at Coed for a year and a bit now, but I first came here 5 years ago. My role in Coed is like a bit of a jack of all trades, because I do a little bit of everything, not very well, because I've never specialised in anything, except for splitting logs, which I'm really freakishly good at. And I'm a performance poet, but actually because of, you know, like stage fright and stuff, so it's much easier to be a builder and a firewood chopper than it is to be a poet.
I've lived at Coed for 3 years now. I moved up from Devon. I've always been interested in low impact off-grid living. In my life I've lived in various caravans, and it's always quite difficult to find a place that's stable. When we first moved here, we were having a meeting every single day. You know, initially we were only going to be staying for a week, and then it was just like, okay, well, can we stay a little bit longer actually? And it's just like, well, you're not going to just let somebody live on your land and not know who they are. So the weekly meetings was very much like, okay, who are these people?
I love that freedom, because I don't have the financial pressure of, like, all my friends who live out there in the, you know, who live out there in the world, and they rent places. Like my friend Lewis there, he's renting a workshop in Cardiff. And he doesn't have the ability to just work on things that he enjoys. Like, I'm working on this. I don't get paid very much. I'm doing it because it's a cool building. Yeah. And living at Coed gives me the freedom to do that. Whereas he comes here once a week and he feels like, oh, you know, he's worrying about money. I feel a bit sorry for him. I don't worry about money because I haven't got any, but I don't really need it. So it's okay.
Having made the yurt, I kind of thought, well, wouldn't it be nice to offer opportunities for people to make their own yurts? So we really became a bit of a place where people could come and make their own house and feel a sense of self-sufficiency and in control in some way of their own life.
I've always wanted to pursue copper work. I've been sort of dabbling in it for 12 years or so. This space allows me the freedom to pursue that in like big chunks of time, so I can actually improve and develop my techniques. I don't make anything in the summer. Like, I literally don't have time to do anything other than work in the field. Leading up to Christmas, if I've got the time and the energy for it, I will be making copper stuff, because it's my supplemented income and people buy stuff for Christmas presents.
Because my creative thing doesn't involve infrastructure. I don't need like a computer, and I don't need, you know, loads of oil paints or whatever. I can just be doing a job, I can be splitting logs, and I can think of a poem. And I've got the freedom to just down tools, go to my computer and type it down. Once you get used to that freedom, is an element of getting institutionalized. Like, I can't really imagine having to go and work 8 hours a day for someone and clock in and clock out and be like at somebody's beck and call in that way, because that isn't how it works here.
There are opportunities within Coed. So the main bulk of Coed, the cash cow, if you like, that keeps the whole space running, because the space is as big as this one. It does take a huge amount of funding. It tallies up. So the events that go on, the weddings and the birthday parties and the seminars, they are what pay the bills. And because of the scale of it, there's work associated with that. And the residents tend to scoop most of that up. Through that, we're quite self-contained. Like, it's not enough to live on in like the real world. So most of the food is either grown here or contributed by Ruli and Nan. So you have tiny living costs actually by living here. You know, we don't pay rent with cash, you pay rent with your time. I think it's 40 hours a week. It's what you're expected to contribute.
Yeah, the community thing is a really important aspect, actually, especially in the winter. Living here through the winter, the community is key, really. I provide firewood and I cook, but not often. So I rely on other members of the community to sort of sort out food and to sort out various other things, and then everybody knows they don't have to worry about firewood because I do that. But we all sort of lean on each other in these different ways, because if one person had to sort everything out for themselves, that's quite a lot to carry. So we do it for each other.
I'm not saying that what we're doing here at all is perfect. It's not. We're just trying different ways of exploring things. I hope that Coed continues to offer those opportunities for people to expand the horizon and to have the opportunity just to kind of live a little bit more simply.
I heard a wicked pun on the internet earlier. I'm just going to tell it to you through this thing. So I used to play triangle in a reggae band, but I quit because it was just one thing after another. Sorry.